I think what most excites me about dance is the music. It's funny, as a dancer, as a choreographer, most of my inspiration actually does not come from dance. It comes from living. Soul Movement is a dance company based in New York City. We have a very unique mission. A lot of what we do has a strong artistic sensibility in terms of how we create movement. We have a strong musical sensibility, but on the business side of Soul Movement, we really have a very unique mission, and that is for people to see dance arts as an investment and not as a handout. We value the belief that giving to the arts is a part of investing in the culture and the larger society. So the performance on June 30th is really a mix of the Soul Movement work that we've been working on over the last few months. We have 3 incredible pieces. One of them is called Reposition for Greatness, where we talk about the idea of being positioned from one place in life to the next. And another piece that we do is called Best Love Ever, which is sort of a retrospect of a love story of my own life and things that I've experienced and how that sort of is portrayed out on the stage through the dance. My latest work is called Falling, which is really an exploration and kind of a tongue-in-cheek relationship that I have with God in terms of my faith, and how I can't really live without Him, and I can't really live without God, but the strength and the power always keeps me going and keeps me from falling. The company in this iteration features 7 beautiful dancers who all come from different backgrounds, different training, different looks, different aesthetics, and I really wanted to get the variety of the human experience. Often I feel like in dance arts there's a veil between the performers and the audience, and there's a disconnect, but I really want to show audiences that the people that dance are real, and before they are dancers, before they are artists, we're simply human. One of the goals of Soul Movement is to really bridge that gap and to remove that veil so that the audience has access to the dancer and that the dancer has access to the audience, not necessarily in a physical way like when we come off the stage, but the connection of the work that speaks so strongly to the larger human experience that it's not so abstract or so isolated that the audience can't relate. My choreographic style is very lush, it's very ethereal, has a very, very strong musical sensibility. The way I'm creating a lot right now is I use the idea of groove, like hip-hop groove that's in music, as a choreographic structure. And I create movement phrases within the pocket of musical timings. If a song is in 4/4 time, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm finding other things in between, like bam, bam, ba dam, ba, hey, deep, ba, ah, ah, hey, there's a lot of other sounds that I'm hearing. So the way that I create, I like to find movement as a way to be an instrument. And so the movement itself has a sound. It has a rhythm. It has a distinct rhythmic quality that fits either on or within the musical context that I'm using. I may create a movement phrase that was inspired by the bass line and then cut into the movement phrase with a part that really echoes the piano player, or a part that echoes, the main melody or the theme of the song. And so if I pulled away all of the music and I just had bodies dancing on stage, you could see rhythmic or musical patterns develop based on the way that the body is moving. Musicians talk about this all the time, like the feel of a song or the vibe of something. Soul Movement provides the same thing. A lot of that feeling that the movement gives, it doesn't have any words. I can't really articulate the soulfulness or the vibe or the feel of dance all the time, but when someone sees it, they automatically connect to it. When you see someone bobbing their head or listening to a certain type of music and they're really kind of getting into it, dance is the same way. It allows that same level of connection to a vibe or to a feeling, and so that's how I want people to feel when they come see Soul Movement. I want them to feel what they see. We've been working really hard over the last few months to create a dynamic and innovative show just for you. We would love for you to partner with Soul Movement to help make the June 30th show a success.